This is a lovely little papaya dish with some nice steamed fish, fennel, mint, a little bit of lemon. Very, very simple, not many ingredients at all in this, but it's all about the freshness, bringing the mint, the cleanness, the flavors in together. So, to do this one, another thing I'm going to use is a bamboo steamer. You get these in your Asian shops. They're very, very cheap, and they're probably, of all the steamers you'll get, they're probably the most effective of all the steamers. They're absolutely brilliant at yolks for all sorts of things. They're fast, just trust me, there's no better steamer I know than a bamboo steamer. So anyhow, first of all I'm going to make my little papaya salad. Now again, papayas, you can pick them up in supermarkets, specialty stores, they're easy enough to get now. But again, I go, while you're buying your bamboo steamers, get the papayas in the Asian shops as well. They tend to be far, far superior to anything you'll get in any of the supermarkets, things like that. They're, you know, they're proper papayas. Great fruit, you know, packed with nutrients. All I'm going to do is just cut this guy in half. Now this is a lovely big one, so there's a good surplus. Beautiful, beautiful, kind of like a kind of caviar looking seed in it, but about half of this one I'm going to use for this salad. I'm going to just, to my wee bin, I'm just going to scoop out those seeds. And again, it's, of all the tropical fruits, papaya has a huge amount of benefits. I'm not going to start waffling and rabbiting on about how great they are and the whole lot. You can check that up in another video or research it even yourself. But they really are lovely. But as I said, the place to buy them is the important thing. And you'll find that the papayas you'll get in your Asian shops tend to be far, far superior. Now you could just use a potato peeler here, and just for the sake of speed, I'm just going to use my knife. Just peel it down. And this kind of shows you how little you actually need to produce really tasty food. So, just going to chop that into nice little chunks. You don't have to be any way fancy with it. The papaya as well is easy enough. It should be a little bit soft to the touch, and just a little bit soft to the touch, and you know, a little bit of give in it. You know, if it's hard like a potato, move on to the next one. And this little salad idea would work with mangoes, nice ripe mango, or anything at all. Again, it's just a little accompaniment with this, because it's nice and sweet. Or what I find with the papaya is mint. Nice healthy little bunch of fresh garden mint. I just picked that there. I'm just going to shred all of that. The mint, what I want is freshness, cleanness in this little bit of a salad. Just going to dump that in there. Got about 80 grams of cashew nuts. Just throw them in there. And then I'm going to use the juice of half a lemon, just to dress it. I'm going to keep back a half for the fish itself. About 20 ml of olive oil. And a little bit of black pepper. I'm not going to put any salt in this, I don't think it needs it. And you know, it's again, it'll only take away from this. Give that a good mix up, and that's your nice mint cashew papaya salad. Really, it's that simple. Little taste. Absolutely lovely that. It's just freshness in a bowl. And put that aside. Give a little bit of a wipe down. And next up, I'm going to just very, very quickly do my fish and get that ready. So all I need for my fish is, I've got a lovely, I'm using hake, but in this recipe I'm just naming it fish. But what you want is a nice chunky piece of fish. whole fennel. Just kind of trim off any bits that need trimming. And you could keep it chunky. I'm going to cook this into a nice, more of a shred. Kind of eclectic kind of a shred. And just put that in a little mound there. My fish. A little bit of salt, pepper. Not much. And likewise a little bit of salt on my fennel. Now on my bamboo steamer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little piece of greaseproof paper just to kind of rest it, for something there for the fish to rest on. Put my fish there. I'm just round it around with my fennel. And then that is pretty much it. Just a little bit of general black pepper there. I'll finish with a little bit of lemon at the very end. And that's all I need for my fish. So it's only a case of cooking this one. And it's really that simple. Prepare this really nice, just seal it nice and tight, and then we'll get it on cooking. So there's my fish, just to show you what it looks like. Lovely piece of hake, but again, cod, any of those nice chunky fish will work very, very well with this. Again, I'm just going to rest it in the water like that. The steamer. You could use a more neat fitting pot, but it doesn't really matter. I find it steams perfectly well anyway at all. This just captures in all that heat, but it'll take a good high heat. And then just allow it to cook. You'll find that the heat will very rapidly build up in this steamer. Don't have the water at a level that it's coming over the fish though, because you're steaming. But if it does splash up, it's not the end of the world either in the same breath. And let it just start build up its heat there, and that'll start to cook. A wok is great for this as well, and that should start to cook nice and quickly then. So after cooking that for about 5-7 minutes, as you can see there, that fish and fennel is just nicely cooked. Again, the bamboo steamer, it's a very, very quick, efficient way of cooking. Onto that, I'm just going to add a pinch more salt. I just taste a piece of the fennel. Just a little bit of black pepper. And now I can just take this guy out. I'm just going to leave that aside there for just 1 second. And then it's only a case of plating this one up. So to plate this, just going to put a nice generous portion of this nice cashew salad. Just going to put it on the side. Not going to put the hot fish on top of it, but again, lovely and fresh, clean flavors. And then the cashews just bring a nice bit of texture into it as well. I'm just going to spoon some nice fennel there. Just after tenderizing just really nicely. Place my nice piece of fish. And a few ways I love steamed fish because it's just one of those ways of cookery that just works so well. It protects all those omega-3s, and then a little squeeze of lemon juice over the whole thing. A little drizzle of olive oil just to kind of give a bit of richness into the dish. And I'm just going to garnish that up with a little bit of fennel sprig. Hopefully if you get the fennel, you might have some sprigs of the herb fennel on it still. If you don't, it's not the end of the world, but it does add a lot of interest to the dish. Maybe just a little bit of mint as well. And that is it. Really quick, really simple piece of steamed fish and papaya salad with mint and cashews.